morning, y'all. Welcome back to Homestead. So my husband finally got a hold of these blue Hubbard squash vines yesterday. We had to wait for the grass to dry up to cut it, and he just lawnmowered over those things. They had taken over the entire yard here. It was terrible. They're still all behind this little patch, but if you can see here, I've got my little raised bed that we made out of old roofing tin, and I planted corn. This is all Indian corn, and it's planted in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stalks. I may have had 7 and one fell over back behind there. It's so weeded and thick. But if you can see here, you do not have to plant corn in blocks, rows. You don't, because we've got beautiful ears, and I'm gonna snatch one down and show you what it looks like. All right, so we got Mr. Homestead recruited. He's gonna grab that ear for me. So we're gonna see what he looks like. All right, so let's see what we got on the inside of this corn. Now, I was expecting more color, I will say, but it did make. It really did make. So you don't have to, it's filled out. There's a little bit there that's not.
He's dry.
He's dry. So if you're in a bind, you can plant. It's not recommended, but you can plant corn isolated like this. I would not recommend it just because everybody recommends not to have it. Now that was not pollinated at the bottom here, see? And that's what they're talking about, planting it in rows so it'll get fully pollinated. But this is the results of just a few little stalks of corn that was going to be strictly ornamental, planted together. Do you think this one back here may be dry anymore? I think we got some dry ears.
They're probably all pretty close. Here, hold on to that.
He's a huge cob, but that's what happens right there. So let's see here what we have. My husband's 6'7". You can see us tall. You weren't really dry. Oh, look at that! Beautiful. Now that's what I was after instead of this. Oh, that, yes. Now that's what I was after. That's gorgeous. But I will say, like, the pictures online are not like what it is in real life. But that, he's fully pollinated, isn't he? Except the very tip. Very tip there. He's dry, isn't he? Well, there's a little bit there that's moist. But this is just for decoration. We're gonna put it inside. Oh, I'm so excited. Do you think you can reach that other one back there?
I can get them all if you want them all.
See that driest one back there? Let's go on and pull him if you can. Let's just see what we got. I think the husks are beautiful. Now you could save the husk and use them for decoration.
Oh yeah, he's dry and the others.
Let's see here. I love the colors. Yes. Oh, that one's even prettier. So there's a lot of purple, a lot of blue. This is M.I. Gardner's Indian corn. Now the tip was not pollinated, but I can snap that off. There's some green in it too, but it's not like neon colors by any means. It's just dark fall colors. That is so pretty. So pretty. I want to keep the husk. So, let's see here.
Are you saving this one?
Yeah, we can save him just for decoration.
Okay. I was just going to shell him off the cob.
Well, you can if you want to. Because those are definitely my favorites there. The chicken's going to get a treat. Hey, little Silky. Hey, little Silky. Well, guys, so there's the Indian corn. I was a little nervous at first filming this, but I knew that they made corn. So we've got some more back in here. Now, this one, he didn't pick, has a deep red stalk, and so does this one, but it's still got green to the leaves. You want it pretty doggone dry, like those. So I see a few more that could probably be picked, but I am very impressed with this. This was in a compost bed. Lots of worms, lots of chicken manure. We've got our red burgundy okra, and then we had the squash at the bottom, and they completely just took over. If you can see there, they're all down that hillside. It's just overwhelming. We had pumpkins, And we just let the chickens get in here. So trying to see if I can zoom in. See the orange, there's yellow, purple, and almost black, like a blue. Very, very pretty. So what are we doing here? We got fishing line.
There you go. You hang them up somewhere, let them finish their ass.
Oh, you just tied a knot around it?
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh, they're stretching that 4-pound line.
They're pretty.
Yeah.
So guys, I'm back down here at the patch and I've got LBJ. That's a little bit junior, my rooster. We call him LBJ. It was a hen, we thought, but you know how silkies go. And you can see my yard is annihilated from those blue Hubbard squash. It'll all grow back, but it's had some wear and tear where those vines were. I mean, some wear and tear. But the whole moral of the story is you can grow corn in just a little piece like this, just a few stalks, and have ears. So that myth is debunked. And I'm gonna get over here where you can see the size of this one. If y'all have followed along on my garden tours, you know, you've seen all this grow. Like that's a huge ear. That's a huge ear. We've got other good ears back there. I mean, you can grow this. So do not be fooled thinking you can't do this. If you only have a little spot in your garden and you want to plant corn, at least Indian corn, you can do this, okay? Now, you may not, I don't know the results for sweet corn. I plant mine in a huge block, 400 feet minimum. That's how we do corn. We had a very poor harvest this year because of drought. I was able to water this, and these blue Hubbard squash and pumpkin vines suppressed the heat. It kept it off the roots. I truly think that happened. So I have just let this go because those things took over everything. Just be careful. I mean, look at the vines in the yard. We've got kitty cats and ducks and chickens and everything else, but the yard is just gone. Like, I don't think I will ever plant those again. I didn't like the taste of blue Hubbards, and you need a chainsaw just about to get into one. Not really, but someone recommended a hatchet. You need to be careful with that kind of stuff. That is just not, that's not for me, okay? That is not for me, and mainly because they were just so prolific, and I can't grow them in my pasture garden because of the deer. So it's just a mess, okay? But I wanted to try it. Again, the main thing is you don't have to plant corn in blocks or rows. It's recommended. Again, everybody recommends this, but has anybody ever tried to plant it like this just to see if a few stalks would pollinate? And these did. Y'all saw the results of the ones that we picked, and you can see those huge ears back here. I mean, they're not going to be empty little ears. So again, you have to test the limits. This is radical gardening. That's why I did it. Now, we picked some kind of early today. We could have waited a little bit, but I just wanted to go on and do it because the wind is starting to knock them down bad with storms that we've got coming through. We're getting ready to have one now, if you can see. So I just wanted to go on and get it, and I couldn't wait any longer. The suspense got me. So we're gonna hang those up, the ears that we picked, let them dry on the fishing line. They're just for decoration, nothing else. I just want a few ears to put out for fall. It's August the 2nd, we're ready for fall. So here in Alabama, we're desperate for fall, cooler temps. All right, guys, get out there and see what you can do and push it to the limits. You never know what you can grow in such a tiny, tiny space. This bed is 20 feet long and I don't know how wide, maybe 3 by 10. I'm sorry, I think it's 3 by 10. It's a very small bed, very, very small, and we grew corn. All right, guys, in one single row. We'll see you next time on Harmon Homestead.